Let me tell you that Joe Biden with his little gay pride flag is putting it on the White House is a direct response to Christian nationalism. Why? Because when Christian nationalism they first started winning was when we just had the idea of Christian nationalism and other people agreed with it, and then the people of Camp Constitution said they did their own thing, like on their own accord, like went to the Boston government building and flew the Christian nationalist flag.
Flag at the center of a Supreme Court fight is now flying in Boston City Hall. WBC's Katrina Kincaid was there as the Christian group behind the push raised the flag.
After the Supreme Court ruled that the city violated the rights of the Christian group who wanted to fly their flag on City Hall Plaza, they were finally able to do so today.
We're very excited about it. I think what's more important is the precedent that we set.
It wasn't a Christian nationalist flag at the time. It was just a flag for Camp Constitution. And so Camp Constitution is a group that's based on the Constitution. And so they smartly knew the law and flew the Christian flag. So they created the Christian flag. It's a non-denominational flag. It's for everybody, to unite everybody. So that's a good message already, right? It's based on early American history. It's based on Constitution. And then it's based on the law that America is a Christian nation, and the freedom of religion was made for Christians.
Camp Constitution Christian flag was raised on Boston City Hall Plaza this morning, but it took a legal battle to get here.
This was never our intention. I just wanted to hold a ceremony to commemorate the U.S. Constitution, Constitution Day, September 17th, or close to that, and also about Boston's rich Christian history.
In 2017, Camp Constitution, a conservative Christian organization, applied to fly its flag outside City Hall. It was part of the program that allowed private groups to fly their flags. The city said no, though, citing separation of church and state.
So this idea of separation of church and state was only to separate church and state from one religion. So like it couldn't be a Catholic nation. It couldn't be an all Protestant nation. It couldn't be an all Anglican nation ruled by the King of England or the Vatican in Rome. And so that's why America was created, because Christians were fleeing those places where they were persecuted for being a different Christian. So even if the country was ruled by Christians, they were still persecuted because they were a different Christian, right? So that's why America was made, so that all Christians could practice freely. And that's the only separation of church and state that was made. That's the only reason why it was made, was because they said, yes, this is a Christian country, 100%. The creation of America is a Christian country, 100%. And so, but they said they didn't want one sect ruling the entire country and make it a theocracy in that regard. So because one of these churches would have just gained control over America. If it was an all Orthodox country, the Orthodox would have controlled America. Russia and Byzantine Empire would have controlled America. If it was only Catholic, then Italy was going to control America. If it was only an Anglican country, then England would have controlled America, would have defeated the entire purpose of the early founding fathers, of why they fought the British. And so that's why our idea set the precedent in court. So that's why it's used for Christian nationalism, because it's a constitutional movement based on the law, based on early American history, based on facts, based on legal precedent.
The organization sued, and it ultimately ended up at the Supreme Court, with the justices siding unanimously with the group, saying the city violated the group's free speech rights.
And that's why they're trying to create their own legal precedent by putting the gay flag on the Washington D.C. at the White House. And so they have no actual it's actually illegal to do that, because it's a different flag. And so the reason why the freedom of speech for the flag for Christian nationalism won was because it was based on freedom of religion. LGBTQ is not a religion.
I think the city officials were they just had a misunderstanding of what the First Amendment meant. And it's just too bad it had to go this far, as far as they're concerned, but we're very pleased.
And it has nothing to do with the foundation of America or our laws. So that's why Joe Biden got tricked into breaking the law, because he's so anti-Christian that he had to do a countermeasure, and now he broke the law of flying a flag that was an American flag and has no legal precedent and has no legal footing, unlike the Christian nationalist flag did in Boston.